My name is Shane Skwarek. I am the owner and chief technologist of SFX.com Small Business Solutions. SFX.com Small Business Solutions is a small boutique technology consulting agency. We specialize in working mostly with small businesses, startups, new entrepreneurs, and a lot of times nonprofits organizations as well. So right out of college, I took a job in Manhattan. I worked on Wall Street as the director of technology for a company that basically trained people to analyze the stock market. It was a really great job. I really loved my job, but I hated my commute. My commute was about 5 hours round trip each day. I really loved the beach, so I kind of had to make a decision if I wanted to move up to Manhattan or kind of continue living down by the Jersey Shore. In the midst of all that commute, I had the opportunity to work on a lot of different projects on the side. That 5 hours, it takes a little while, so you can get a lot done in that time. I started to find that I was able to connect with a lot of small businesses and local businesses in our community. I was in La Valette and Long Beach Island, so there's a lot of seasonal businesses, so I got an opportunity to kind of work hands-on with some of them, and found there was a little bit of business there. So the decision from there was, do I want to keep doing this long and arduous commute or kind of give it a shot just doing my own thing? And I decided to end up doing my own thin. I cut down all those hours, and I kind of got fortunate enough that the company I had been working for took me on as a consultant, and a lot of the small businesses kind of kept pushing my name around, and I got a lot of referral business from them too. So things kind of picked off, and I really never looked back since. So I have a very unique work life. One of the benefits of being able to work from home is obviously the flexibility. And now with 2 young children, I also get the opportunity to spend a little more time with them. I've got 2 children, like I said, but there's only one with me here. Our daughter does get to go to daycare 3 days a week. So it's not always hectic in our house. For the most part, until this guy heads off there, it's sometimes certainly a challenge, but a fun one at that. Yay. This is Victor, and then Mia is my daughter. My wife works full-time. Her name is Melina. She works at Lakehurst School District in the administrative office, and she works directly with the superintendent as her secretary right now. Aside from working, she also goes to school full-time, and she's currently pursuing her master's degree. So my first exposure to Hip New Jersey was actually from a long-term relationship with Lisa. We had worked on some projects together, particularly one with the CMT Association in Manhattan with Long Shot Productions. And I kind of had the opportunity to see Hip New Jersey start to get built up from the ground level, right when it was just sort of an idea to launch a website that talked about what was hip and what's kind of going on in New Jersey. And then, subsequently a TV show. So it's been a really cool experience watching them grow and seeing the whole process and to get into where we are now. So when we first sat down to talk about the Hip New Jersey website, one of the main things that really came to the forefront was just how quickly the original website overgrew its use. There was a lot of news stories coming in there, the traffic just started building up, and the framework of that website really wasn't designed to support the growth that Hip New Jersey was going through at the time. So what we really wanted to do is optimize 2 things. We wanted to make the website super mobile friendly, and we wanted to make it quick to load on a PC, on a tablet, on your cell phone, wherever you are. We wanted that to come in really quickly. So when we sat down with those 2 things in mind to sort of formulate the design, we went for a really simplistic look that put the content at the forefront. A lot of the news sites you go out there and look at these days, they're inundated with content, and it kind of gets overwhelming sometimes. You go on a major news outlet's website and it's just story and story and story all over in your face, and you get lost and you really don't know where to go, and you end up just closing it all out. We didn't want to do that with Hip New Jersey, so we sort of organized the content in a way that put the main stories in front of your face, but allowed you to kind of navigate through and feel like you can get a little bit of everything without getting completely overwhelmed. So a couple of the really awesome things that we did, and it kind of became a priority. Building the website, we did what's called on-page search engine optimization techniques, or SEO. And it's a really big buzzword now in the tech industry. And really what that means is it allows Google and Bing and a lot of these search engines to crawl through your website and be able to index your content so that it gets delivered out a lot easier. So with all of my clients, the way the process typically works for me, I wish I could take credit for everything. I certainly cannot. I like to usually sit down with my clients, and in this case, we sat down with Lisa and Maria, and we just decided, what appeals to you guys? What are your favorite websites to look at? Everyone has something that they really enjoy, or a website they really like to go to. And so once we can identify sort of those inspirations, we kind of put them all together and pick and choose, what exactly is it that we like about these sites? Is it the simplicity, which we keep coming back to? Is it the color scheme? Is it the way content sort of flows through? By taking each of the elements and putting them together, we end up building what we have now with Hip New Jersey. Some of the new features we ended up adding are included a more fleshed out search function and a browse function that let you kind of deep dive into different categories of the website, and the editors and the writers that actually contribute to the website all the time. Every story you're going to open up, you're going to see a small picture and a bio that's going to lead you out to another page that talks about everything that every writer has ever contributed to the site. And I really like that feature. I think that it gives each person that's contributing their own pat on the back, per se. They can go on there and they can actually see that their contributions are valued and appreciated. So I think, for me, coming to the Hip New Jersey site, one of the things that I really enjoy is events. It is incredibly hard, even in the age of social media, to find things that are family friendly. You go out there and you look around, and whether you Google things or kind of search for your Facebook or Instagram, sometimes finding things on social media can be very difficult. You can always find a brewery to go to or a bar or a nightclub, but just family friendly events are often pretty tough. So I absolutely love the final result of the website. That's probably sort of self-gratifying to say that I worked on it and that I also love it. But really what I think it does compared to the previous iteration of the site and compared to other sites is it puts a lot more focus on the people that kind of work behind the scenes. You look at Hip New Jersey by itself, and the spotlight it puts on other small businesses around the state. It's kind of this feel-good energy and this really great atmosphere. You get to dive into industries that you never even knew existed and get to become a quick expert on them.
For more on this segment, log on to hipnewjersey.com.